Good afternoon, everyone. Hope y'all are doing well. Got a few things on my mind I wanted to talk to everybody about, just kind of off the cuff thing, just things that I was just thinking about over the last few days, and especially today, really even the last few hours. But first, I want to give a shout out. I don't do this all the time, but I really feel like I want to do this for a couple of people that have been very influential and helping me, and whether they realize it or not, just with their videos and their teachings and preachings and words of encouragement, and just not necessarily to me personally per se, but to just the body of Christ, just to believers and just people that listen to them. I just feel like I just want to give a shout out. Like I said, I don't do this all the time, but I got a shout out to Eric Hale and Hank Pogue from God's Soldiers Watchmen. And both of these men, like I said, have been very influential in my life, whether they recognize it or not. Just, with their encouragement, like I said, whether it's an email or a text message. And Hank and I joke around a little bit, and same with Eric. And Eric always cracks me up. Eric, he's the real deal. He says the things that other people won't say. He talks about the things that other people won't talk about. Gets deep into some things that just kind of like make me raise my eyebrows at times. Like, man, I can't believe he just said that. But hey, when you've got that kind of boldness, like the boldness of a lion, you're not afraid, you're not scared. You're just going to say whatever, you feel the body needs to hear, body of believers need to hear, and it's inspired by the Holy Spirit. It's just like, yeah, I get it, man. I get it. Especially with the times we live in and how crazy things are. I get it. There's just no time to play games and mess around, and you just got to tell it like it is. Say it like it is, No time to sugarcoat things. But Eric, he makes me laugh a lot, He's like, we're going to do what we do, at the top of Kathmandu or something like that. Or to the top of Kathmandu. And he's like, we're collar popping. It just always cracks me up. It makes me laugh, man. Whenever I need a good laugh, and I just need to let me put on some Eric Hale. It's like a soundtrack or something. Like throwing in a CD or something. Because he makes me laugh. And then my favorite is like, we're going to pie the devil in the face with a concrete block covered in whipped cream. I love it, man. I love it. That's real. You know what I'm saying? It just makes me laugh. It cracks me up. It does my heart good, It just motivates you, encourages you. And then Hank, that guy, he's just the real deal. It doesn't matter what's going on in his life. It doesn't matter what he's getting hit with. It doesn't matter, how he's getting hosed over. I know some personal things like I'm not going to get into, but it's like, it doesn't matter. He still keeps his faith. He still keeps pushing on. He still stays strong for his family, for, the community, of, his church community, and just the people that listen to him on his live streams, his teachings, his informative news information. It's just like, what more could people want? What more could they ask for, from these people? And one other person just kind of came to mind for me too, was Lisa Sanders of Sabbath Seekers. Lisa's the real deal. Lisa, she helps more people than people know, okay? Like I said, I know some things I don't share publicly because it's not my place to do it, and I don't want to embarrass people, and I don't want to, I don't want to say too many things, but let's just put it this way, Lisa and the Breadbasket Ministry if people are looking for a ministry to give to, and they're just like, oh man, I don't want them taking my money, I don't want them using it for, illegal or nefarious or, I don't know, immoral things or whatever. The Breadbasket Ministry is one of those ministries that help the homeless, that help people, specifically senior citizens, to try to find housing. It's an immediate need type ministry. It's not to pay people's bills on a regular basis, and it's not to, it's to give a hand up, not a hand out, and that's what Lisa does. And considering her health situations and the things that she struggles with continuously, she's just the real deal. My wife and I have had great conversations with Lisa on the phone, and so I know, these people's hearts by talking to them and just sharing with them and them sharing with me and so forth. And I know what they want to do. I know what they want to be able to accomplish, and how they just really love people and want to help people and serve God. So those are my 3 shout outs. As I said, I just wanted to give some shout outs to some people today, before getting into the meat of the message, as they say. Which, honestly, I'm just going to share with you all what I'm observing, what I'm seeing, things that people are sending to me, things that people are sharing with me, whether I agree with it all or don't. I think there's some legitimacy to it. And so I'm just gonna share it with you, okay? Whether it's right or wrong. Right, R-I-T-E, as my friend John would say. Make sure you're right, Ken. R-I-T-E. Because we always have to be perfect on these channels, right? We can never be wrong. We can, we always have to be right. Because if, Lord forbid you're ever wrong, or say anything wrong, or you're a human being or anything, because people will definitely let you know about it. If you say anything wrong or off the cuff, or anything that's mildly offensive or hurtful or whatever else, you're going to hear about it. No doubt about that. So make sure you're always right, R-I-T-E, right? So, gotta laugh, right? You gotta laugh. But in all seriousness, though, sure appears to me like we're a world at war right now. I mean, it's like everybody is at everybody's throats. Everybody is preparing to get attacked. They're preparing for a nation to come upon them and their people. The leaders of the world are telling their people to prepare. They're preparing, if they're a decent leader or whatever, they're preparing their nation for incoming attacks, I don't know how you want to say it. We'll just say incoming attacks. People are speaking out of turn. They're talking out of both sides of their mouth. Used to say, in the military, or in law enforcement, you're talking out of your butt. So they use another word. But anyway, seriously. And, everybody wants their 15 minutes of fame. It's a lot of fluff. Like Hal Turner reported, the 2.5 hour conversation between, our leader and the Bears leader and so forth, which basically amounts to nothing. Just a lot of fluff, just a lot of talk, no substance. But the bottom line is, it appears we're a world at war. It really does. And it appears that it could kick off at any time. And then I'm reminded, that because I'm a fan of this. My wife and I watch it. She was a great high school basketball player. She enjoys basketball, and we enjoy college basketball. And she watched her team, the college she graduated from. They're not in the tournament or anything, but it's just been a part of our lives for many years, and a part of her life. And so it's not necessarily a distraction, but it's just the timing is very interesting, because we just watch it. It's kind of like one of our date nights or date days together. We watch the basketball games or whatever. But it's March Madness, right? And today is the first day, the play-in games, right? and then it actually starts on Thursday, and it's going to go through the weekend. And I couldn't help but think earlier today, it's like, this is a huge distraction, because while the world is at war, and while the economy is up and down, and all these reports coming out about the economy and what the Fed's going to be doing, and the central banks, and are we going to have power outages? Are we going to have blackouts this weekend? Are we going to be going to war this weekend? Well, on top of all that, you've got March Madness, the NCAA men's basketball tournament, which is a huge deal because a lot of people bet on it, which they shouldn't do, but they have pools, office pools or whatever else, and they bet on this stuff, and it kind of distracts people from what's truly important, not only a relationship with our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, but just being aware of what's going on in the world, because at any time it appears that things could kick off in a major way. I'm very curious to know what the aircraft carriers are that are headed out. I think I know, but I'm not going to say anything as I have no proof or evidence, but I'm very curious to know what those aircraft carriers are, because I'm reminded that supposedly, the Houthis hit the Eisenhower several months back, but they wanted to deny it. Our government wanted to deny it, say it didn't happen, or it wasn't that big of a deal. And now it's like it's the Truman in the news, Truman carrier and so forth. The Truman Show, right? Can't help it. I just saw that movie again the other day. Life is the Truman Show. We are in the Truman Show. I'm sure people know what I'm talking about. 1998 movie with Jim Carrey, The Truman Show. But anyway, yeah, it was the Truman, the Harry S. Truman carrier that reportedly got hit. But, they want to deny it or pretend it didn't happen or whatever the case may be. But then why do we have other aircraft carriers headed out to the region? What's going on here? And which carriers are they? Interesting, right? Could we be in that time now where we see some prophetic fulfillment of things that have been out there for years? I mean, just like years and years and years. Could it be that some of these things may be coming to pass here shortly? I really don't know. But I got to wonder. I'd definitely be paying attention, be looking at some things, paying attention to some things from time to time, a little bit here, a little bit there. It's very easy to get inundated and burned out with things. But, I mean, I kind of wait for people to send me some stuff, or text me some stuff or whatever to get my attention, or, some things I need to hear about. But this was interesting to me, though. I shared this article. I believe I shared this article to the poster earlier. Since the beginning of this year, Venezuela, Cuba, Chile, Argentina, Honduras, I know I'm going to miss somebody here, Brazil, probably missing somebody, but that's quite a bit there, have all had blackouts. All of them. All of these countries and or cities within these countries have all had blackouts. They've all had power outages based on whatever. I don't know if it's solar flares. I don't know if they're planned events. I don't know what they are. All I know is people have been in the dark. Cuba mostly lives in the dark anyway. You talk to or just listen to Pastor Ben or his wife Jen or whatever talking at ignitedchurchlife.com on their services. On Sunday morning. They don't have anything going on Wednesday right now because of the medical sabbatical and everything. But, if you're familiar with their work in Cuba and the times that they've been down there, whatever, they have mentioned many times, Cuba is mostly in the dark, 20 hours a day almost, sometimes more, I think. They are in the dark a lot, okay? But all of these areas have power outages. So what makes our country special? What makes us special that it can't happen here or won't happen here? And what's to say that it can't or won't happen this week or this weekend? I'm not saying it will, but what's to say that it won't? It's possible, right? The potential exists. So I think it's very possible. I wasn't going to get into this, but why the heck not, okay? 322 is coming up. It's this Saturday, People look at 322. Some people are like, whatever, no big deal, blah, blah, blah. 322 is pretty significant last year. I mentioned this in a few videos back, but it's worth mentioning again, that last year, people that went to a concert somewhere in Russia, I don't know if it was Moscow or some other city, I can't remember exactly, there was an attack. People got killed. There was a bombing or something of that nature. I can't remember what the details were. It was a year ago. People could look it up for themselves. But all I know is there was an attack on 322, Skull and Bones Day. People died. They lost their lives. People were injured, in the bear country. So, hey, and it happens to fall on a Saturday this weekend, or this year. And, it's right during March Madness basketball tournament. Most people won't be paying attention to it at all. Just like, 3-2-1. My friend Ed, earlier, he's like, yeah, Friday is 3-2-1. 3-2-1. Countdown? I don't know. They'll just say, oh, that's ridiculous. Well, maybe. But 3-2-1. Countdown? I don't know. It's March 21st, Friday. We'll see. Is anything going to happen of significance in this country? I don't know. But it's possible. You got all these power outages, all these blackouts, all these things happening, in other countries of the world, other areas of the world on a pretty consistent basis. Lots of dreams and visions, words of knowledge, whatnot, about power outages and blackouts and this and that. And then Hal Turner put something up as covert intel. I didn't see it or whatever. Said, get your gasoline cans filled. What does he know or think he knows? I don't know, But with all of these reports of a world at war and, everything that's being reported from various channels all over the place, and I'm sure more people are going to be doing their live streams, people can check it out. I'm not going to mention any of them. People check it out for themselves. There's plenty of them out there. People do their live streams, breaking this, emergency this, alert this, that, and so forth and so on. But it is important. I'm not making light of it. It is important because we need to know. We need to be as prepared as possible and be aware of what's going on, because there are so many distractions out there. And there are so many things to keep us off of the Lord, keep us off of the Word, keep us away from each other, keep us from socializing, keep us from interacting, keep us from communicating, keep us from fellowshipping. There's so many distractions, and I'm just as guilty as anyone else of getting distracted and, isolating and all the rest of this stuff, because we're all human. We need downtime. We need breaks. We need to kind of let our hair down, so to speak, and relax and chill out a little bit. Now that the weather is warmer today, I can't believe how warm it is now. It's like, 70-something degrees. It was 28 this morning. Just insane. It's like, I'm dressing like, it's winter, in the morning, and by the end of the day, I'm in a t-shirt. Just crazy. Absolutely crazy. So we just got to be aware of all of these things, of possibly getting hit unexpectedly at any time, whether it's this week or this weekend or next week or next month. I don't know. I have no idea. But it does appear that it's very, very close now. It does appear that way. So, hey, enjoy the weather. Enjoy if you can. I know a lot of people are still getting hit with wind, tornadoes, snow, and all the rest of this craziness. But if you're blessed in an area and you're blessed to have decent weather, beautiful sunshine, blue skies or whatever, no trails, and I don't know if they're completely canceled or not, but I do have to admit I haven't seen any in a while, and I'm very grateful for it. I think the damage has been done for I don't know how many years, but I'm very grateful that we don't see any more trails. At least I haven't seen any for quite a while now. So, enjoy it. Enjoy what you can. Enjoy the blessings while you have them, while you're able to. Enjoy things. Enjoy having electricity. Enjoy having running water. Be grateful. Be thankful. It's a blessing. People, we take advantage of all of these things. We turn on a light switch and we expect the lights to come on. Well, what if they don't? We turn on the water faucet, we expect the water to come out. Well, what if it doesn't? Are people prepared for that? I would venture to guess about 99.9% of Americans are not. So, be ready, be prepared, be prayed up, be prepped up, be stocked up. Pray, prepare, endure, PPE, you know. I don't know what else to say about it. So it does appear that we are a world at war that's going to be kicking off here, a kinetic kickoff. It appears very soon, where everybody's going to feel it, either directly or indirectly, especially if you have loved ones, relatives, people close to you, friends serving in the military, active duty, or reserves, or whatever. Oh, I guarantee they're on alert. Been there, done that many, many, many times. I guarantee they're on high alert right now. And everybody's wondering, are we going to get deployed? Some people might already have orders. I'm sure they do. You know, are we getting deployed? Are we leaving? Are we heading out? Do I have to do my last will and testament? You know, kiss the wife and kids goodbye? The whole shebang. Oh, yeah, I think people are probably, if they're not getting orders now, if they're not preparing for it now, it's definitely in the back of their mind. Are we going? Are we heading out? Are we getting orders? Are we getting deployed? If you're in a military family or you've served in a military, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a part of your mindset. It's a part of your preparation. So I'm sure that people, I know if I was serving, I know it'd be in the back of my mind. I'd be paying attention all the time. I'd be like, oh man, am I going to get orders? Am I going to get deployed? Is this really happening? Been there, done that. Like I said, a lot of people have, so you know exactly what I'm talking about if you've served or are currently serving. So anyway, I think that's all I have. I hope y'all have a good, blessed afternoon, evening, what have you, whenever this thing gets uploaded, whatever time it is. And just be safe, be careful, be wise, be smart. And I guess we'll see what the rest of this week brings and to the weekend. And just be ready. Like I said, I'm getting a lot of stuff people are sending me on different formats and ways of communication, means of communication, and just kind of dissecting it all, and digesting some of it, and some of it I can pretty easily dismiss. No offense to people sending me stuff, but there's some of it I'm just like, I don't think so. But we'll see. As Pastor Ben always says, time will tell. We will see. So I'll just leave it at that. All right, y'all have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.